All right, welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Pin High Media. Golf season's back, so let's talk about it.
This is Jordan Spieth here, and
this is the Pin High Podcast.
All right, let's get inside the ropes to start the week. Actually, a little bit to talk about. I feel like there's been a decent amount of news since we last recorded the pod, since we kind of took Labor Day off, except not really. Like there was still podcast, but
yeah, we had the awards last week, which I hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a fun episode to record. But
yeah, that's one of my favorites.
A monarch went down. Since the last time we recorded this podcast, and Shane Lowry, took advantage of it.
Really did. So they shortened the BMW PGA Championship, which is like the flagship event over there in the European or DP World Tour. Sorry. And it was a 54-hole event, which is, in other years that wouldn't really have any significance to it. But now with the LIV Golf being 54 holes, it's kind of a meme that tournament turned into a 54.
Yeah, everybody on Twitter just was so instantly on it. They were just like, I don't think a singular person actually made a joke about it being 54 holes because everyone ruined it by saying, all right, get your 54-hole jokes ready. Like everybody said that as their jokes. So there was just no jokes at all.
Yeah, whatever. Like you said, Shane Lowry took advantage of that. I didn't really watch much of this tournament, not gonna lie.
Did you happen to see the Golf Digest the video of like, it's like the old TikTok trend that like literally people have been doing for like 2 years now. Where it's like, I'm Shane Lowry, this is my first drink of the night. And then it was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was like none of the guys, most of the guys just seemed like maybe they had like 4 beers.
Yeah, I mean, when Shane Lowry wins a golf tournament, though, that like there's going to be something going on afterwards.
Oh yeah. He looked like he could slam like 12 Guinnesses and like not be phased.
Yes, and whatever. I mean, he's been in it all season. I feel like he's been ready to win pretty much most of the season. So
it was about time, honestly,
and win. That's good. And like even looking at the leaderboard, Rory came in second again. Like Rory's had an unbelievable season. He just keeps playing, well. So
yeah,
I mean,
he's
right through the beginning of the PGA Tour season, you got to watch out for Rory again.
Yeah, Rory's teeing it up again at the Italian Open this week, which is kind of interesting. A nice little tournament in Italy.
I mean, Jon Rahm went 10 under in the final round.
Yeah,
and we had an interesting leaderboard. Like Taylor Gooch finished in 4th, and Patrick Reed also finished in the top 10 coming out of LIV Golf.
Jon Rahm LIV rumors.
That's interesting to me.
So do you remember the interview where he was a little fed up? Not fed up, but he was like surprised by the schedule.
Yeah.
Apparently, the person that's going to LIV is like, I mean, this is all rumors, of course, is a top 10 player that is against the schedule. So like,
yeah, I mean,
look at it and it could be it's either like him or like Hovland. I know Hovland. I mean, you never know with him because I feel like he's kind of a mystery and you don't see much of his like personality.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
Seems like Rahm to me, but that's all speculation.
Yeah, or it's Patrick Cantlay just like out of nowhere.
I mean, I wouldn't. I don't want anyone to go to LIV really. But.
Neither do I. But yeah, that is interesting. Rahm did openly say like, well, that just ruined my entire like schedule because like usually he does is he plays the flagship, like he has the events that he's going to play in the US, but every year he takes like a couple weeks and plays like a few events on the DP World Tour. The new like PGA Tour schedule doesn't really allow him to do that. So
yeah,
it is interesting. So we'll see what happens there. But I guess continuing on with LIV Golf and players. Don't know if you saw this, but David Puig, who's one of the top college golfers, did the move where he foregoed his senior season to go
Mhm.
play LIV Golf, which is honestly a little bit frightening to me.
Yes, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not good that they're plucking golfers away, like young amateur golfers. But at the same time, a lot of amateur golfers that are, good, like, very good. Obviously, he's the second best, but they grow up wanting to play on the PGA Tour. So, I mean, who was the other one? Preston Cootie or something like that had the
Yep.
chance to do Pearson Cootie that
Pearson
had the
Cootie.
chance to do that. So I mean, like, I think you're just gonna see a little bit of both. Obviously, it sucks that he's going, but
I mean,
it's
also
not like
just
he was guaranteed to be like a sick player on tour.
going back to John Rahm, David Puig, a Spaniard from Arizona State. John Rahm, a Spaniard from Arizona State.
Jeez.
They might have a new LIV team if the rumors are true.
God, I'd hate that.
I didn't even put those together when we were just like started talking about this. So
It sucks because
something to watch out for sure.
the Boston event seemed like it went really well.
Yeah, and they're going to Chicago, I think.
Yeah, this weekend.
This week. Yeah. So yeah. It's kind of only up from the here for LIV. Like I feel like
Yeah, I mean,
the tournaments
I
are
still
getting
don't
better.
really like it, but
But
I
like
mean,
now when you tune
they're putting
in,
together good tournaments and like,
yeah,
whatever.
when you tune in, you have a pretty good field. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously it's very top heavy for the most part, but like you come in and the field's pretty good, and like if they're all competing at the end, it is somewhat more interesting than
I don't know how much the end is like. Like, I don't care about the outcome of the
I mean,
tournament
I
that much.
guess it's just
It's
because
like
we don't
something to
really
put
watch
on for
it.
me on like a Thursday and Friday
Yeah,
during work
exactly.
if like there's no PGA Tour.
Um, but yeah, it is interesting that they're plucking college players. I mean, they have done it a little bit earlier, but I think this is like the first like high ranked college player that they've gotten, and I wonder what he got paid to do it, knowing
Mm.
that he's like hasn't really done anything besides be like a really good amateur golfer. I wonder what he gets paid, and if that's kind of like a precedent for other golfers.
Yeah.
Or what if like are they going to sign like NIL deals in college, like where they have an NIL deal for like a couple years in
Live.
college and then they sign with LIV like right after? Like that's something that could definitely happen.
Sheesh. I'm sure there could be some sort of workaround in the NCAA rules where you can't do that, but I don't know. All speculation again, but
And then like one more LIV note, the last event is like a big team event and it has a $50 million purse, which is like the most that they've like anyone's ever had.
and again, this just kind of goes back to the point where like, I mean, I'll ask the listener, have you found yourself really caring about the purse while watching live? Is that really what's like driven you to it, or is it because DJ
No, but
like made a equal putt on the playoff hole? Like,
that's
if
what
you're gonna
drives the
if I'm
players.
gonna watch live, it's and like be entertained by it, it's gonna be because like DJ's beating Joaquin Neiman and Lahiri in the playoff, not because he's competing for a big prize.
Yeah, and whatever. This is like a team thing. So like the four or the 12 4-man teams, like first place gets 16 million, like sure split between the
I
four
wonder
of
how
them.
that works.
Um Evenly split 4 million each.
No, I meant
Oh
like
yeah, I'm reading how it works. So the teams will be seeded 1 through 12. Seedings will be determined by a closest to the pin shootout by the team captains, which will be held immediately after the players are drafted.
that's kind of sick.
I know. Imagine. I mean, like that doesn't like the seating doesn't really make a difference, but it is kind of fun that they do something like that for seating.
Yeah, that's cool.
Team matches will consist of 2 individual match play contests, 1 pairs match and 1 pairs match play contest. So the three rounds. Matches are worth 1 point. Ties will be broken by sudden death playoff, with the 2 captains selecting the players to compete. Second place splits 10 million. Third place splits 8 million. and then the team that finishes 9th through 12th, they each get 1 million each. So they still get like a pretty big payday per player there.
That's intriguing. Like,
they're bringing in the like the team aspect hasn't really been that good so far. So this is like kind of like their team tournament, I guess, which should
yeah,
be
I was gonna say like the teams have not really, the team idea has not really taken off during the regular season. I think it's kind of just been blah. And like you see
Yeah.
after the tournament ends that like, oh, this team won. You're like, I don't care. You see the champagne shower. That's about it. But this
Uh,
could be cool. I'm
I
not gonna
would
lie.
I would definitely tune into this just to
Yeah.
see how it works. I mean, I kind of like the aspect of a team event almost. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it shouldn't be your last event, but like the PGA Tour could do it more team oriented stuff. Like the 2-man like Zurich doesn't really do it for me, but like a 4-man team event with like match play and then also like playing as pairs and stuff, that might be a little more interesting.
The
So
team
we'll see
event,
how it pans out.
if the team event replaced like the WGC match play, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Um, but yeah, I guess that's what I got for Live, unless you have
Yeah,
anything
Liv
to
is
say.
obviously something that always is making headlines. But let's move back to the PGA Tour for the rest of the episode. I know you put this in here. Sky Scheffler, PGA Tour Player of the Year, big shocker. But it was kind of cool at the Texas Bama ESPN game day that they gave it to him just like out of nowhere. I'm sure. I mean, like you could tell he had no clue it was coming.
Right. Yeah, that
Got a
was
little
pretty cool.
emotional. It was cool. People were chanting, like all the Longhorns fans were chanting Scotty.
Yeah,
It was
definitely
very cool.
one of the cooler venues to announce a player of the
Yeah,
year. So hats off to them for
yeah.
that.
Is it the Jack Nicklaus Award? Is that what it's?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Um, yeah. And speaking of game day, I don't know if you saw Sergio played in the first round of the BMW and then withdrew immediately and then was at the Texas Bama game like a
I
day
did see
later.
that. That's
Terrible look.
kind of awesome. Oh, he should be a football guy of the week.
Think so.
I mean, that's a football guy move.
I guess, but like it's also like it's a terrible move as somebody who's like on the LIV Golf tour and like they like fought to get into this event and then he plays like one round kind of crappy and is like, all right, I'm out of here. Flies
Yeah,
off
that is.
across the
Yeah,
globe and goes back to
pretty.
like goes to the Texas game the next day. Like,
I mean, yeah, he's Sergio. He's like a scumbag. What are you gonna
yeah,
do?
I mean that was yeah he got dragged on Twitter for that one.
Sure he
So
did, and I'm sure he didn't care.
probably not. I think his wife went to Texas, so big Longhorns guy now apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting move there. And then I guess President's Cup starts next week. Kind of creeping up on us.
Snuck up on us. I mean, we're gonna be playing golf. Does it start Wednesday?
I think it starts Tuesday next week. At least that's what I
Really?
see. Maybe we'll do a Tuesday or like we'll release the pod on Tuesday next week.
Okay.
Potentially. That might be the move. Um
Spoiler alert, we're picking the USA to win.
Yes. Wait, I was gonna pick. No, I'm joking.
I do have some takes about it though that I'll fire off next week because like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something to be
There,
said
it's gonna be
rooting
interesting for sure.
interests.
Yeah, maybe some bets as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, the PGA Tour is back this week, which I didn't even know until like last night. I sent a text at like midnight that said, "Wait a second, the
I knew.
PGA Tour is back
I've been
this
waiting
week."
for this.
I was like,
I love the fall swing.
I
I
thought the
live for the
President's
fall
Cup
swing.
was gonna come first, and then the PGA Tour was gonna come back. So that's why like it came out of nowhere for me. But yeah, Fortinet Championship this week. I feel like with that we should just get in the skins and talk about it.
Skins.
Cool. So we do have the Fortinet Championship this week. Silverado Resort and Spa North Course. This is a pretty easy one, like in terms of PGA
This
Tour
is
courses.
a tournament that I would love to go to. Apparently, it's just like an awesome venue because they just have like wine tents and like wine and spirit
Yeah,
tents like all over the
it's a
course, which is
resort
like
golf.
with Napa. Yeah, it's resort. It's a resort. It's like
That's why it's so easy though.
it'd
Like
be
it's
so
resort golf.
awesome. Except like if I'm going to Napa, I'm probably not going to Napa to go to a PGA Tour event. But it'd be cool to
Right.
like spend one of your days of like a 4-day weekend there.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean, really short course, pretty easy. Like this is, Max Homa won last year, 19 under. Stuart Sink, 21 under the year before. Cam Champ, Brennan Steele's won this tournament twice. Bombers kind of do well at this course for the most part, but like you have to have good short game if you're a bomber at this course. And then I mean, there's other ways to win. You see Stuart Sink's name there, so like not necessarily picking a bomber, but yeah, scores will be pretty low, and strokes gained off the tee is probably what we're looking at this week. Yeah.
Which Max Homa special.
Yeah, Max Homa loves them. But yeah. You want to get into some picks for this?
Yeah, I want to say a few things about the tournament before we get into the picks real quick. Max Homa being like 10-1 is absolutely nuts. Don't get me wrong. He could win. He may win. I would lock him in to like have a good week. But come on. It's like the week before the President's Cup. And it's like one of those courses where anybody can really go out there and win. Not anybody, but there's a lot of volatility in who might win this. And it's 10-1 on Max Homa. Like, come on. He's at the end of the day, he's not like John Rahm or like
who's the highest ranked player in this field? Matsuyama, I think. 16.
Probably Matsuyama.
Yeah, like no one's playing. Like there's names in this event that I like, but like there's not a lot of.
So here's the second thing I wanted to say before we get into picks. I love this field for what it is, because there are so many new names that we've kind of been like, keeping an eye on through the Corn Ferry Tour and just throughout the end of, or throughout last year as rookies like Thigala, Davis Riley, Taylor Pendrith. I don't think, was Pendrith a rookie?
No, but
still like a newcomer to being really good. But yeah, I like this field because like some of the newcomers, you got like Carl Wan. Is that how you spell it?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that how you pronounce it? Harry Hall, is that his name? The guy with the Bryson cap.
Yeah, and then Brendan Matthews, the guy like driving the ball like
this
far as
this Montgomery guy is really good.
Yeah, even Chris Gotterup's in the field this week.
Gotterup, yeah, no, there are some fun names out there.
Yeah, and then you have like the other guys that you've forgotten about. The Ricky Fowlers, the Harris English has dropped off like a ton. He's in the field this week.
Harris English is in this field. That's crazy that I didn't even see that because like that must be
because he's like 150-1 to win this. Might have to sprinkle, but yeah, I mean Webb Simpson's in this field 65-1. Jason Day looking to have a comeback year.
It's not a Webb Simpson course.
Exactly. Yeah, so I do like this field for what it is as well. Also we thrive in these types of fields, I feel like.
Yeah, we kind of do.
With that being said, some picks.
I have two that I really can't decide between, so I'm gonna let you go first and hope that you maybe pick one of them.
Yeah, so you mentioned him a little bit earlier. Taylor Pendrith been getting pretty close to a win. He's 30-1, which honestly isn't the greatest for a Taylor Pendrith, but it's still not bad. He's a bomber. He's playing in the President's Cup next week, so which kind of is out of nowhere. Like he probably wouldn't have made the team if the whole LIV stuff didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, I think he's looking to show, captain next week, Immelman, that he could play. He's gonna be he wants to play in all the President's Cup matches and stuff. So I don't know. Look for him to have a good week this week, and I think he has the tools to win this tournament. So
I've decided I'm gonna go with Denny McCarthy. He's 45-1. He's a really good putter. He's shown that before he even started really competing on tour. POA's his best surface, and he really put together a good year last year. Like the second half of last season, he was starting to put together some very good
I mean,
finishes,
he made it to the
very good
BMW
rounds.
Championship, which is not something I would have thought. I wouldn't have thought that Denny McCarthy made it to the BMW Championship, but he
Yeah.
did. So
He, it's one of those tournaments where a guy like Denny McCarthy could easily win.
now, who was your other one?
Who was our guy?
Corey Connors?
No,
No.
he's he's our guy, but it is Ches Reavie, the original guy.
Yeah, Ches Reavie won this event, didn't he?
I know he did. It seemed right. I mean, like
Yeah,
there have been
I'm looking at the
multiple
Ches Reavie history. He's played this event like pretty much every year since
Yeah.
2012.
I mean, why wouldn't you if you want to put it like an event on your schedule, Napa, like it's an awesome place to go.
T16, T17, T22,
Like,
T13.
this tournament has
T3.
multiple time winners in Brendan
Did he win at this
Steele.
tournament? I don't
Or
even know
who?
if he won it. I don't even know if he won at this tournament, but
I think he might have.
he does have a T3, so he's done well at this tournament. He's played it every year. So I mean, the only other one who's played it every year is Brendan Steele, who's won it twice.
Back to back.
Back to back, yeah.
So it's like, I like it. 60-1. It's interesting.
Yeah, I would be into that. It also feels like a Ches Reavie tournament, so
it also kind of feels like, because like the Max Homa win last year, it kind of feels like a not a coming out party because Max had won before that, but it kind of feels like one of those like Thigala, like Davis Riley wins,
Yeah, I can see that as well. It would be a good start to the season if one of them got a win. I mean, they were pushing it last year. You're no longer a rookie anymore. Like now you actually got to go out and win. So
Yeah.
that'd be nice way to start the season for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Italian Open right now. There's some pretty
Good
decent
field. Rory, Victor,
Matt Fitzpatrick,
yeah,
Tyrrell Hatton. Yeah, I'm just by looking at the leaderboard, Rasmus Højgaard is going to win 40-1.
Okay. I think Rory's going to win.
Probably, but do you know what's crazy? Have you seen his odds for this tournament?
Like plus 450 or something.
Yeah, I guess his odds for this tournament.
Plus 450.
Even less. Plus 360.
No way. I was like half kidding.
No, his odds are plus 360 to win the Italian Open.
Wow.
Just cross-checking plus 360 on both sports books. That's wild.
Wow. I guess he's that good right now, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely wild. And then the LIV Golf event is this week too.
Yeah.
Haven't seen any odds on that, but
they're on like that, like they're on offshore books. I'll bring them up real quick before we get into the clubhouse. DJ's favorite at 4-1, Cam Smith's plus 450. There's no newcomers.
Yeah,
right?
I see here. Yeah. So I just feel like somebody random or DJ like wins these tournaments right now, but yeah, the fields are getting better. I would probably, Taylor Gooch is probably going to win one of these soon. I would pick him.
Yeah,
played well last week as well.
Couldn't catch me. I don't think I'm gonna put anything on that. Any last takes on Fortinet? Anything on like Scory or Matsuyama? Matsuyama could do it.
I like them both. Matsuyama's the highest ranked player in the field.
I don't think I know like Corey Connors, like all the stats would point towards, he's like, gonna contend this week.
Right.
I feel like I have a good pulse on Corey Connors after like everything that I
already picked one Canadian, so I can't go to.
And I hope to God the week that he's like 16-1 isn't the week he wins it. I want it to be like a week where he's like 80-1.
Yeah, maybe Corey Connors are just sick in the President's Cup though.
Oh, I hope he is.
This does feel like a Maverick McNeely type of tournament too. His name's up there.
Dude, there's so many tournaments that feel like that, and
I know he hasn't won any, but it's just
never true. going out there and just saying Maverick is not winning this tournament.
Gary Woodland is another name that I see.
Nah, dude, he doesn't win random PGA Tour tournaments. He contends
He
at like
kind of does
big
though.
ones.
I guess you're right. Yeah. So I guess that does it for skins.
Yeah. Let's get into Clubhouse real quick. I thought we could maybe talk about the golf local trip we're doing. It's like a staycation of golf.
Yeah, we don't even know like where we're playing yet, but we are taking a couple of days off and playing some golf to start the fall off, right?
Yeah, like you guys are playing Wednesday, and then I'll hop in Thursday, Friday. Maybe we can take this time to discuss maybe like a format for the four of us to do like
Right. Maybe a best ball one day. Well,
Okay.
it's just gonna be a best ball probably every day.
Maybe like a
we're not gonna play.
2v2.
Yeah, like a
you and
best
me
ball.
versus them two.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe.
best ball.
That's probably the one. Best ball, probably. I wouldn't just like a 3-day or whatever, 2-day, 3-day best ball, like cumulative score would be
Yeah, I
kind of
like
fun.
that. I like that. Just best ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was not that entertaining for the fans.
I mean, whatever. It is what it
It's
is.
because I don't want to play.
Because
I
we
don't
don't
want
want to
to
like play like a scramble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Or it could be like we could play skins, like 2v2 skins, best ball skins, but like
I'm down for basketball. Just straight up stroke play.
yeah, I'm into it. Yeah. I mean, I'm leaving Team TaylorMade. I'm getting new golf clubs. That's a
Oh, right.
noteworthy.
You're going to the Mizuno JPXs or whatever.
Yeah, they're coming this week. I just figured I'd go a little more forgiving. I've been struggling this summer. Also low key making a little bit of profit on my club. So
That's nice.
yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. But my distances, that's the only thing I'm worried about because the lofts are like obviously more jacked, kind of like your club. So gonna have to use you pretty hard for distances. I feel like
Yeah,
because like my distance is gonna be like a club off. I think on everything.
it will be because like sometimes like I'm staring a like 170-yard shot down the nose, and I'm like, 8-iron could be too much here.
Which is crazy because I would like old clubs. I'd hit a 7-iron.
Sometimes
Like,
it's like it's crazy. It's like, damn, I think this 8-iron
yeah,
like
so I'm a little concerned about that, but hopefully more forgiveness. Honestly, I just need like a reset. I just need like a reset where like I stand behind the ball with different clubs and it's just like, okay, like I could play this sport pretty well. Like a reset helps for some reason.
I could have used a range sesh today. I'm playing with some people from my company tomorrow, but I got stuck at the work happy hour, so I only got to go over to the mine and play like 3 holes.
You know what? A range sesh won't help you. I did one last week. I hit the
Uh,
ball fantastic on the range. Fantastic on the range. Went out the next day, played like my worst round of the summer.
I'm just saying I could use it because I've changed my grip over to a strong grip with my left thumb inside my hand finally.
Yeah, you used to be like that, right?
So instead of like right here,
Yeah,
it would be right there.
it's a little weird. I've been messing around too, but I think it's
Yeah, and I was I mean, I will say the hooks are fixed. Like I don't have them
good
anymore.
thing.
I'm if anything, I'm fading the ball more now with like the driver.
Yeah, like I've been
My miss is like
struggling.
a push right.
Been struggling with the S words all summer, and like last round I went out and was just taking like it got to a point where I was just hitting the ball like 50% on like every swing. I was like, this isn't fun. Like
Yeah.
I'm just like trying to like punch it out there, which whatever. I hit a lot of fairways, but like I hit like most of the fairways, but the ball wasn't really going that far. And I was just like, okay, this is not fun.
Here's
Need to
something for
reset.
you. Today I played hole number 3 at Silver Mine. I was just like hitting 2 balls. and this is a hole that me and Jeek. It's a like 130-yard shot, 128-yard shot. You usually like hit like the middle of the green.
Yes.
And me and Jeek, and it's pretty big green. Me and Jeek really struggle to hit it. We hit it to the left. We
We
pull it
always miss left
every time.
I mean, I will hit like a good shot like 1 out of every like 8 rounds, I think it is. Like I'll hit like a really good shot and make birdie on
But
that
I
hole.
can't-
But like
I
the
can't
rest
figure
of
out that
those
hole.
rounds, the last 7 out of those 8 rounds, I'm hitting the ball to the left of the green every
But
time.
here's something. I hit the green twice today
Okay.
on the 2 shots. I hit my first one like directly on it. I was like eyeing it down. I was like, it's looking good. Hopefully I don't hit the whole one by myself. Except there's a dude with. I was thinking of this. I was like, as soon as it didn't go in, it was like a 3-footer. I was like, well, there's a guy fishing right there in the pond. I am totally getting him in this video. I would totally get him in the video if I hit a hole in one and be like,
Yeah.
I didn't put that ball in the hole, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I guess for the viewers, one of the reasons we do struggle with the lefts on the short clubs, but one of the reasons we miss left on that hole is because right's just like dead. And then also it's the 3rd hole of a golf course that doesn't have a driving range, and we usually play cold on the so like the first 2 holes always suck because it's just like you're just trying to like get your swing, and then the 3rd hole is like the first one where you're like, okay, it's time to play golf, and we just always pull it left. So
I was thinking about this today. I was like, speaking of, kind of going in cold. Tomorrow, the first hole at Sterling Farms is where I'm playing with my company. Is like normally, I'd say I'd hit a 4-iron there,
right.
but I can't show my hand like that. I can't stand in front of my boss and go iron off the first tee. That's what kind of man am I?
I mean, you can if you want.
I mean, that
Get
shows.
a nice
maybe that shows a
piercing
nice
4-iron
stable.
past your boss, who hit driver, like
Yeah, but that might not happen.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'll still debate throughout the day whether I want to hit iron or driver.
Yeah,
It's gonna haunt me.
golf with coworkers is different. I've never done it, so
Yeah, I played Top Golf with them, but that's it. Anyway, kind of takes us into the end of the episode. We're
yeah, if they didn't leave already for
got the fall swing coming up. But President's Cup next week, so that should be very fun to talk about. I feel like I have some takes to fly around. I'm sure you and Trevor will too. But Trevor's off watching The Bachelorette right now with his girlfriend's aunt, so that's why he's not here.
Yeah, just making sure everybody knows that.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you next week for some President's Cup.